You know what one of my favorite things to do is? Make up things in my head while I drive down the road. Find a situation and then spend days dwelling on it. And then come to YouTube and tell you guys all about this amazing thing that I just thought up, and you all need to hear it. And it's based on probably no fact whatsoever. And then making it your guys' problem. That's what I like doing. I enjoy it. So we're going to talk about that today. And what we're going to talk about is how YouTube truck drivers, myself included, are responsible for destroying the freight market. Yeah, that's probably a bit of a leap, isn't it? But hey, maybe there's some truth in it. Who really knows? Who really knows? But guys, we are going to talk about that. But before we do, there's something that's also really bothering me. And there's something going on at Prime Inc. that we don't understand and we don't know about. And we've got to get to the bottom of it, right? Because we know, look, we have to know, because if I screw this up, they're coming for me, and I will be face down on Fuel Island if I get this wrong, okay? As far as we know, Prime lease trucks are governed at 65 miles per hour, and Prime company trucks are governed at 62 miles per hour. We all thought this was fact, right? We all believe this to be absolute fact. Well, today, my friends, today, I was coming up into Lincoln, Nebraska, and I merged onto the interstate right by a Prime truck that was matching my speed. I normally run my truck right at 65 miles per hour. Normally not a problem unless you happen to meet up with a Prime truck while you're trying to get on the interstate. Now you're going the same speed. Being the awesome, oh God, what's the word? Considerate. Jesus, I forgot the word considerate. Being the awesome, considerate truck driver that I am, I knew that I had to slow down and get in behind him and just keep letting him go. So I did just that. But then this Prime driver kept fluctuating speeds between 63 and 65. And I finally, after only a few minutes, I said, you know what? I've had enough of this. My truck's not actually governed at this speed. I'm just going to whip on around him and get a few miles in front of him, and I'll never see this guy again. It'll be just open road, me and my big rig rolling down the road, right? And I was right for a while. I passed him, and I ran at, 70 to pass him. Once I got around him, got a little distance between me and him, I ran for 67 for quite a while, and then slowed my truck back down to 65. And I'm just a happy little trucker rolling down the road. And about an hour passes. And in my mirrors, I see a yellow truck barreling down on me in the distance. And it's gaining quickly. I said, there's no way that's the Prime truck, right? Because it was yellow also. There's no way that's the Prime truck. It's impossible. Impossible. So as I'm driving down the road, this truck just keeps coming closer and closer at a rapid rate of speed, goes up to pass me, and then ends up sitting right at the back of my trailer, matching the same speed as me. This is Nebraska, guys. It's not like there's a hill out there. There's no hill in Nebraska, right? And since they were out in the left lane matching my speed, I wasn't sure yet if it was that truck or not. And traffic was building up in the left-hand lane behind them. I dropped it down 2 miles per hour to see what would, somebody's got to give here. Somebody's got to move. So he comes up to pass me, and sure enough, it's that Prime truck. How did he catch up to me? They're not allowed to do that. That is fucking strange. So he passes me, and I notice on my dash he's going 65. Okay, cool. I let him get a little bit ahead of me. I don't care. You can be out in front. If you want to be in front, that's fine. I don't care. Because one of the things I've learned in my 10 years of trucking, there's actually no front of the line. Yeah, I've tried to get to the front of the line thousands of times. It's not there. I also tried to get to the end of the white line on the end of the interstate. Can't find it. There's no end to these things. And there's no front of the line. There's just not. So, fine. He wants to be in front. That's cool. So I let him get out in front of me and, bump my truck back up to 65. And I notice after a while I'm gaining on him again. He's going 63. So So as I gain on him, I decide, okay, it's time for me to pass him again. I don't know what this fucking goofball is doing. I have no clue. I'm gaining on him. I kick the speed up on my truck, and I notice an interesting thing happen. His speed goes up to 68. The speed of his truck now goes up to 68. And this is a Prime branded truck. This is not a owner-operator pulling a Prime trailer. Nothing like that. It's a Prime branded truck, so we know that the top speed of that truck should be 65 miles per hour, right? How the fuck did he get faster? So, as now traffic starts to build up behind me, I move back in behind him, to which his speed immediately slows to 63 miles per hour. I start getting paranoid. I said, oh my God, they have finally had enough of my jokes. Half expecting to see 20 other Prime trucks come over the horizon behind me, all moving at a high rate of speed, and they were finally going to end my life for all the Prime jokes that I made. That never happened. But every time I would try to pass the guy, he would speed up to about 68. And this happened multiple times, to the point where I would drop back in behind him, slow myself back down to 65, and then he would go 63 all fucking day. I don't know if they were just what do you call it, when, like, maybe they were gathering intel on me, seeing what my behaviors are out on the road, and they're just planning their ambush at any fucking minute. But there's something going on at Prime where their trucks now can go the breakneck speed of 68 miles per hour apparently, and I think they're finally looking for me, guys. I think they're finally looking for me. So what we're here to talk about, though, is how YouTube truckers are responsible for the absolute collapse of the freight market. Now, why would I make such a claim? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, does it? So let's go ahead and jump into the Wayback Machine to, let's say, 2020. Let's say 2020. Fuck it. It's not like I'm basing this video on any kind of facts either. It don't matter what year it was. Plug in any year you want. But I think 2020 is a really good year to pick, right? Because 2020 was a very, very interesting year for me, in the sense that I had a YouTube channel go fucking absolutely berserk on me, and was kind of a life-changing time for me. Which led me into being able to purchase a truck of my own, right? For the first time in my life, I had become an owner-operator. And I got to be an owner-operator in what I understood was a good freight market, right? Now, having never, ever been an owner-operator before in my life, and honestly, never even hearing terms before like spot market or freight rates, I didn't understand what that meant. I really, really didn't. I was like, okay, it's a good freight market. Sounds good to me. Good is always a positive thing, right? So, I bought my truck. And I'm out there making money, boy. I am out there just making crazy, crazy amounts of money. So, you were getting loads $3 a mile, $4 a mile, $5 a mile, and every once in a while, when I would pull a load around in the Northwest, say, middle of nowhere, Oregon, where no one's at, right? Some guy needed a load picked up there. He'd have that load posted for $6 a mile, and you could, and if you still had some balls when you called him, you could even still try to negotiate that higher. Most time they just say no, like, hey, what's wrong with $6 a mile, dude? Are you gonna do it or not? And you just took it, right? Now, since I was very naive, very, very new to that side of the trucking business, I did not even understand what this meant. This was a good freight market, right? Good was probably the understatement of the fucking century, is what I'm trying to tell you. It was not a good freight market. It may have been a once-in-a-lifetime freight market. I don't fucking know, because I don't know my history as far as those things go. I don't know if we ever saw a freight market like that before. Maybe if you adjusted for inflation or whatever, it would be like the same, or, inflation and fuel prices and all that stuff. It would be about the same rates. I don't really know. Because I don't know, like I said, I don't know my history on those things. But I remember when I would be putting out my videos, I would have people warning me in the comments like, hey, you need to really pay attention, focus, save your money, and make good business decisions, because this freight market is not going to last forever. That sounds reasonable. Markets fluctuate, right? But I'm thinking, okay, if they're paying us like, $3 on the very low end, but you're getting up there at $4, $5, like I said, sometimes $6. What does it really mean when these prices are, or when this market is not doing well? Are we talking $2.50 a mile, like worst case scenario? So does that still put us in the $4.50 a mile range for a good load? And like I said, guys, I'm not the guy that's going to bullshit you here on YouTube. I'm not going to tell you how much I fucking know, because it's more fun when I tell you how much I don't fucking know. Those make for the best stories, right? When you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you try it anyways, that's where real life actually happens, right? If you already know what you're doing, it's kind of just boring, right? So I didn't understand what that fucking meant. And what I never ever anticipated was the absolute fucking bloodbath that was coming to this market. Obviously, I did not anticipate that even a little bit. People tried to tell me, they sure did. And I said, you know what, we're gonna be just fine, baby. Those guys that have been through these cycles before, how could they possibly know what the fuck they're talking about? Sounds like they're just naysayers or just negative Nazis, if you will. Just a bunch of negative Nazis running around YouTube telling everybody that the fucking sky is falling, and maybe these guys need to just chill out, right? Maybe they need to meet a woman on the road, have a good night, relax a little bit. Maybe they need something so they can stop fucking up my vibe right now. Because you know what? If I hate anything, it's my vibe getting fucked up. That's what matters to me in life. The vibe. That's it. The important things, my friends. And I just thought they were just miserable, angry fucking people. I'd like to look back on those days and say, all I did was make good decisions. But fuck no, I didn't. Boy, I tell you guys what. All right? Learn from my fucking mistakes. Does anybody know the comedian Doug Stanhope? He's my absolute favorite. After you're done watching me, if you don't know of the comedian Doug Stanhope, you gotta listen to this guy. He is the best the world has ever seen, in my very, very humble opinion. But he always said, don't learn from other people's mistakes. That's bad advice. Now, this wasn't like one of his greatest jokes, but he's like, get out there and fuck up. Learn from your own damn mistakes, and that way, you know what to do and what not to do. Because the point of that is a lot of people can tell you a lot of fucking things, but that doesn't really mean it's true just because they're saying it. And that's the point of that, is that's what I thought everybody was just being really negative about things. Yeah, I mean, I bought the truck. I was making sure it was taken care of on maintenance. But I did a lot of really stupid things. There were times that I spent way more money than I should have, with nothing to show for it. Nothing, literally nothing to show for it. Except I had a good night. I mean, does that count for something? Sometimes I think it does. Now, you don't want to, send you and your family into financial ruin because you wanted to spend 10 racks at the fucking strip club, right? Now, that'd be one hell of a night, especially depending on the strip club. Do that down in El Paso at a bring your own beer joint. Oh boy. You're leaving with an STD. Guarantee you that. You're leaving with a lifelong story, right? You will be reminded of that every fucking day of your life. Depends on the strip club, right? But hey, might be worth it to drop that money. I don't know. See, I don't know. Just for the story. I don't know, guys. Don't listen to me. But, and I was trying to be responsible, but here's where we fucked up. And here's where we fucked up the whole thing. Every one of us, we're in this together, and we all deserve what we're having to deal with today. I was not the only complete fucking idiot out here running my own truck on the spot market, thinking that I had finally figured life out. I was not the only dipshit at all doing that. Not even close. I had just dumb money. Is that a thing? That's what like the investing firms call people that are like amateur traders, day traders, things like that. They call it dumb money, I think. I don't know. I'm just a dumb trucker. I did not have the experience and life education to truly grasp what the fuck was about to happen to all of us. And I did exactly what so many other people did. Trucks were cheap at the time by comparison. Fucking freight rates were going through the fucking roof. So everybody with a CDL and a little bit of money was able to go buy them a truck. We need to start being honest with ourselves out here sometimes, right? I'm not a very bright man. I'm just not. I mean, I can drive a truck, but like, and I'd like to think I have a little bit of common sense about me, but I'm not solving any of the world's problems out there. I promise you that. I'm probably just creating more. So I'm not an incredibly intelligent man by any means. And I did not grasp the fucking concept of what was happening. Not only in the entire freight market for everybody in the world, possibly, definitely the country, but what was happening in my own life. Because I have always been a paycheck to paycheck kind of person. I live paycheck to paycheck. Hell, a lot of times in my trucking career, it is paycheck to cash advance to paycheck to cash advance again and to paycheck again. It's a lot of how my trucking life has always went, right? Now all of a sudden, I've got dollar amounts that I've never seen in my fucking life, and I did the same damn thing a lot of us other shitheads did, and that was run to YouTube and tell the world how much money we were making in trucking. And I don't care who you are. Well, to a point, I care who you are. Like, maybe you've done this before. You've seen this cycle before. People that have seen that cycle before, though, were not on YouTube bragging about money. Now, they might have been talking about money, but there's a difference. Because let me be honest with you, I've never seen that kind of money in my fucking life. Probably never see it again. Probably never will. And there were a lot of guys just like me, because I'd get on here weekly and talk about this is what we grossed this week. This is what we ended up keeping for ourselves. Absurd fucking numbers. A bunch of dipshits, just like me, that never had seen that kind of money in their life, flocked to fucking YouTube to tell everybody how profitable they were, how much fucking money they were making, right? Which set the ball in motion. Other people started paying attention to let's just act like it was to just us for the sake of this scenario I'm making up, right? Let's act like it was just us. Of course, nobody was reading articles, nobody was gathering information in any other way. It was solely based on YouTube truckers. There, my made-up scenario is now fucking perfect. It's bulletproof, as they say. We live in a vacuum or whatever where only YouTube truckers exist. So this caused the ball to start rolling. Now, every shithead that didn't even have a CDL but had a little money all of a sudden was trying to figure out, well, how do I start a trucking company? And they're out there getting their authority, and then, the brokers are so desperate to get a fucking load moved that, like, if you showed up with a fucking authority, a truck, you had the capacity to help them out. They're putting your ass on the road. I mean, people came into this business in fucking droves. People that never had anything to do with trucking. People that had something to do with different sectors, if you will, of trucking, all of a sudden wanted to be in on the freight market, and they started companies. They started employing truck drivers, and every motherfucker in the country that had any desire ever in their life, or any curiosity, or anything, that was like, what's trucking like? All of a sudden was a trucker, and and it's all, like I said, in my made-up scenario, it's all because, the loudmouths amongst us, which includes me, okay? I want to make this clear. I'm not excluding myself. The loudmouths amongst us went and told everybody how much goddamn money we were making. And you know what we should have done instead? Guys, breathe for a minute. Here's what we should have done. We should have shut the fuck up. That's what we should have done. We should not have been on YouTube doing this under the guise of education. Oh, we're just trying to teach people about how this trucking industry works, so we have to share the numbers. We have to share our numbers. Can some of us be honest and say we were just bragging the shit out of it? Bragging the shit out of it? I'm sure that's not a fucking sentence. Told you I'm not a bright man. Should I have been grossing 10 grand a week? No, I don't fucking deserve it. I'm an idiot. I should never ever be making that kind of money, because I promise you I will make bad decisions again. Promise you. we need to hard cap this YouTube channel. Like, if it keeps growing and like starts to get like so many views, like I should ask YouTube for a feature where it's like, hey, if one of my videos hits 100,000 views, well, I could do it manually. Hits 100,000 views and then I set it to private. Hey, I don't need to be making that kind of money again. We don't need it, because I'll fuck up. Well, I mean, maybe I do, because you guys, people love watching a train wreck, right? People love watching a train wreck. So maybe I just need to soar to these crazy heights again, just to crash and burn in front of YouTube again. What do you guys say? Should we do it? Let's fucking do it. Tell your friends to subscribe to the channel and watch every video so we can speed up the process to another round of self-destruction for old This Guy trucks, right? Sounds like a fucking blast. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. But when somebody's making money, this is the life lesson I'm taking away from this. All right, using my noggin, let's say. If I'm ever in a position again to where I'm making a lot of money, ever, I ain't gonna tell a fucking soul about it. Nope, not at all. Nobody's gonna hear a word from me on how much money I'm making, because the best thing you can do, especially with something like trucking that has such a low barrier to entry. 3 weeks, guys. 3 weeks, you've got a CDL, time to hit the road. We got to keep our fucking mouths shut. We have got to shut the fuck up collectively. I think this should be the one thing that all truckers finally agree on. We just stop fucking talking about the market. What market? What are you talking about? We gaslight the fuck out of anybody that brings it up. We don't know what you're talking about. A market? What the fuck is a market, sir, you crazy motherfucker? What is going through your head? And we just never, ever say a fucking word about it. We don't even buy nice shit. No, hell no. We just make our money silently, and we don't mention it to anybody whatsoever. And I think you cannot get truckers to agree on anything at all. Ask me how the fuck I know. I just put out a video, last week, where I said that flashing your high beams into the mirrors of other truckers is not cool. You know how many people were mad about that I said that? They feel like they have every right in the world to flash their high beams right into your fucking mirror while you're changing lanes, and they insist that it's even helpful. They're wrong, but that's what they think, right? This has got to be the one thing we all come together on. And if we can't shut the fuck up about the freight rates, then let's just tell everybody it's really fucking bad. Nope, fuck no, losing my ass out here. Let's not put fancy chicken lights on our trucks anymore. We don't need a fucking chrome ass visor on the front of our trucks. As a matter of fact, beat the trucks up at least a little bit. We don't need to be running around out here with owner-operator money. Yeah, we do. But we don't need to be giving anybody the impression that we got it. Hey, you see that a lot with a lot of like the rich people, a lot of very wealthy people. You wouldn't even know they're wealthy. They ain't saying a word about it. They ain't doing nothing flashy at all. They're just minding their fucking business. And that's what we should do. Y'all need to get behind me on this one. Because obviously I'm speaking nothing but the truth right now. Clearly. But y'all need to get behind me on this one and never ever speak another word about how much money you can make in trucking. Leave that to the companies. Leave that to them to post all over the backs of their trailers about how well they pay you. And we just shut the fuck up, and hopefully that helps the next time a good market comes around to not encourage every other shithead out there to get out here and fuck around with our industry, because now they won't leave. They're trying to hang on for as long as they can. God damn it. I've been in this for 10 years. I had no idea what freight rates were. No fucking clue at all. God damn it, I belong here. I think that's what we need to do, guys. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm sleepy. Bye.